Today on Rapid Gear Review, I'm going to be showing you a handy dandy camera accessory called the CamRanger. What's up everyone, my name is Pi, Editor-in-Chief for srlounge.com. In this week's Rapid Gear Review, we're going to be reviewing the CamRanger wireless DSLR remote, and we're going to be doing it in 3 minutes or less, starting now. So what exactly is the CamRanger? I obviously don't have it in my hands right now because it's set up to our camera. The CamRanger is a small wireless device that attaches via USB to your camera, and once set up, the CamRanger is going to allow you to preview and control your camera via external devices such as an iPhone, Mac computer, Android device, or as I have here, an iPad. So what's all the hullabaloo with this device? And gosh dang it, I love that word, don't you guys? Hullabaloo. I could say that all day long. Well, the CamRanger will let you wirelessly stream the live view from your camera to your device. And right now I'm using it right here with my iPad mini. So check this out. From the CamRanger's control panel, I can see myself talking to myself, which is kind of crazy. But more importantly, I can control most of my camera's primary functions. For example, if I wanted to adjust the shutter speed, I can click right here on the shutter speed button and I can go up to say 1/100th, which is going to darken my frame probably quite dramatically and really underexpose my shot here. I can go back to 1/50th of a second for my shutter speed. I can go ahead and adjust my aperture. I can do whatever I need to do directly from the CamRanger control panel from my iPad. In addition, I can control HDR functionality. So I can go to HDR mode, control HDR bracketing functionality. We can go over to the focus, and it even has built-in focus stacking. In addition, if you're shooting solo like we are here right now, well actually I do have one camera buddy here that's helped me keep focus on this, and hopefully he's doing a good job because I don't know if he's paying attention right now. But either way, what I can do is I can actually adjust my focus simply by clicking anywhere on the live view. So long as the focus or the autofocus is actually turned on the lens, it'll work totally fine. So for example, if I were to take a little step back, making sure I'm not attached to any cords here, I'm back here now. I can click right in the center and automatically the camera is going to readjust to get focus on me. We can zoom in and actually check out critical focus as well. I can step back into position and then refocus, and it should be right on my lovely face. All this functionality makes the CamRanger an incredible tool for a whole variety of purposes. For example, when out shooting landscape images, a typical wireless remote is going to allow you to trigger the camera without touching it to get the sharpest possible image. But the CamRanger adds the ability to preview, control, and trigger the camera, as well as have all the additional focus stacking and HDR flexibility as well. This makes it an incredible tool whenever we place the camera in, say, a low or a high place. That also makes it awkward to look through the viewfinder because we have our preview right here. Now for the indie film and cinematographer, the CamRanger is also an amazing tool for all the above reasons, but in addition, we also have a larger screen to be able to preview and focus from. Now for me, this is an incredibly handy tool because I don't need to bring in a second person to help me verify my camera focus and settings. I can set up my cameras and then verify my exposure settings, my focus directly from the device, allowing me to record completely on my own. Now about the device itself, the CamRanger operates on a rechargeable and replaceable battery. The typical battery is going to last around 5 to 6 hours, and replacement batteries can be purchased and charged in advance if, say, you're shooting on an extended shoot out in the field. But really for most uses, we found that the battery life on a single charge has been sufficient in all the situations that we've been in. Alright, so we know that this is an incredibly useful device. It has plenty of strengths. What are some of the weaknesses? Well, the CamRanger's live view unfortunately cannot provide a full frame playback, and this is probably the biggest drawback with the device. The playback frame rate is going to range from 8 to 18 frames per second depending on the camera. While it still works just fine for, say, adjusting settings, doing focus stacking, and basically controlling the camera, it is not going to be usable as you would, say, a typical field monitor for video productions. Next, because we are connecting the CamRanger wirelessly, there is a noticeable lag when trying to preview image files because they must transfer or load large amounts of information back to your device. In addition, we're unable to play back video that we've recorded, most likely because, again, the CamRanger can't support that high of a transfer bitrate to be able to support HD video playback. Lastly, it's important to mention that not all cameras and functionality is supported. So before purchasing, you're going to want to check out the CamRanger's supported camera page just to see exactly which functions are and are not supported with your particular camera. All in all, we love the CamRanger, and we're giving it 4 to 4.5 out of 5 stars. Really, the only tiny ding it gets is simply because as of right now, the live view isn't quite up to a full frame playback. So it's one area that could really improve the product and make it useful for a whole other variety of uses. But as the technology gets better, I'm sure they're actually going to implement this on future generations. Regardless of the preview frame rate, to put it simply, with its ability to preview, control, and trigger the camera, the CamRanger is the most powerful wireless remote available. You can pick up a CamRanger for around $300 by clicking on any of the links in our review article, which you can find from the description in this video. Again, thank you for watching this episode of Rapid Gear Review. My name is Pi, and I'll see you all in the next video.